What even afternoon, we got a banger for y'all today, baby. What we got for you is a reaction video to the What If channel, and it's kind of stuff that I apparently was lied to about space. If y'all enjoyed these reaction videos, leave a like, hit the sub. Most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll catch you in the next one. Well, we got another one here. Things I was lied to about space. Now, the funny part is I don't really know anything about space.
Our sun looks
therefore,
like this.
How could I have been lied to?
It looks more like this.
I was lied to. What do you mean it looks green, bro? That looks like an apple.
If you've always thought our sun was a bright yellow ball of fire, you were wrong.
What?
For starters, it's not yellow, it's green. Sort of.
Okay, clickbait, got
Scientists
it.
determine the temperature of a star by the color spectrum it emits. Each color has its own wavelength, and astronomers measure those wavelengths to tell how hot a star is.
Is the sun a star, bro? Oh, God.
Cooler stars appear red. The hottest of the stars look blue.
Oh, God.
Our sun emits most of its energy at a wavelength that's close to green. But because it also emits other wavelengths, all these colors mix together, and your eyes see this vibrant mixture as white. That is, if you look at the sun from the International Space Station. From here on Earth, the sun looks yellow because our atmosphere is really good at scattering blue light. And with all that blue wavelength gone,
bro.
all the other colors combine into yellow. If our star was actually yellow, it would be about 800 degrees Celsius cooler. Our solar system's habitable zone would shrink, and Earth would become a frozen, lifeless rock.
Wow. I
But
was lied
that's
to.
not the only thing you were wrong about.
What else?
The sun is hot, but it's not on fire. Burning is a chemical reaction of oxygen with fuel.
These videos are so
Like
interesting,
most
bro.
stars out there, our sun is a ball of gas, mostly made up of hydrogen and helium. It doesn't have much oxygen in it. Instead, it works more like a gigantic nuclear reactor, constantly fusing hydrogen atoms to create helium inside its core. This process releases enormous amounts of energy, and that's why the sun is so scorching hot. Speaking
So
of
it's
setting
just-
things on fire,
It's just a giant, like, chemical reaction, bro? What the hell?
let me tell you about
I thought it was like a planet. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
explosions in space. Yeah, these aren't real.
What?
A spaceship can't go down in a violent blast because there's no air out there in space. No air means no oxygen.
Wait,
and
so, like-
no oxygen, well, as you already know, means no fire. Sorry, Star Wars fans.
Wait, so, like, when there's, like, what was it, Apollo 13 or something? Was that the movie? With, oh, gosh, this is gonna drive me nuts, bro. Apollo 13. It's with, it is with... Tom Hanks. Holy frick. Took me way too long. Oh, Kevin Bacon was in that too. But, like, I thought in that movie... I thought, didn't, like, the spaceship, like, blow up? I guess it didn't blow up. Did it blow up?
It may
gonna stop
seem
talking.
that there are too many stars in the night sky for you to count, but
Obviously.
actually, you can.
No, you can't.
Although scientists at Harvard have already done it for you.
What?
According to the Yale Bright Star Catalog, there are 9,110 stars that you can see from Earth with the naked eye.
I'm sorry, how many did you say?
9,110 star catalog. There are 9,110 stars that you can see from Earth with the naked eye.
There's got to be way
Try to
more.
count them all for yourself. Movies make it look like you need to be an extremely skilled pilot to navigate the asteroid belt, but that's not true. The asteroid belt isn't some thick obstacle course of death. It does have trillions of space rocks that range in size from space dust to a quarter the size of the moon.
Oh,
About
is that all?
100,000 of these asteroids are over 1 kilometer wide, but they're very spread out. The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter is 225 million
What the hell is an asteroid belt? This is the first time I've ever heard of this,
kilometers
bro.
across.
Dude, I should have paid more attention in school, man. Holy
1.5
frick.
times the distance between Earth and the sun. And this spreads the space rocks millions of kilometers apart.
Asteroid belt?
It's almost impossible for a spacecraft to collide with one. If you were thrown out of the airlock into the vastness of space, you wouldn't turn into a popsicle right away. That's because to freeze, there has to be a heat transfer from space to your body. But heat, or cold, doesn't travel very fast in the vacuum of space. Your body would freeze, but it would take hours to happen.
Oh,
And by then,
that's comforting.
You'd be long dead from something else.
Okay, dude.
And no, you wouldn't explode in space either. You would inflate, though. That's because nitrogen in your bloodstream would gather into bubbles and puff you up to double your size. But
Why does that
that's
look like
not
me,
what's
bro?
going to kill you. It's the lack of oxygen.
Right.
After 15 seconds in space, your brain wouldn't get enough oxygen through your blood, and you'd lose consciousness. After 2 minutes in space, your other organs would start to shut down one by one. Game
Understandable.
over.
Yep. That's understandable.
Space seems incredibly cold, but it's not. In reality, space doesn't have a temperature at all. Temperature is defined by the speed at which particles move and
They just say that we would freeze in space a second ago. Am I high?
the amount of energy they have. In the true vacuum of space, there are no particles to move around. That's why the vacuum is temperatureless. Of course, outer space isn't a perfect vacuum. It still has particles and radiation to produce heat. Some areas of space are actually really hot, like the space around stars. But the further away you get from stars, the more spread out the particles are, making those areas of space pretty chilly. Some dense gas clouds can get as cold as minus 263 degrees Celsius.
That's.
Mercury is the closest planet to the sun, but surprisingly,
I'm not even gonna try and
it's
guess what
not
that is
the
in Fahrenheit.
hottest. It is extreme, though. During the day, the surface temperature reaches 430 degrees. And at night, it drops to minus 180.
Talk about a. Man, I'm sitting here complaining about Florida. It's like sometimes it's really hot. It's like 95, and then other times it'll be like 30 here. Talk about a temperature swing.
But the most hellish planet in the solar system is Venus. You see, Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere to retain all that heat from the sun. The Venusian atmosphere, on the other hand, is very thick and it creates a greenhouse effect. It's like global warming on steroids. And it makes Venus a hot hell with a surface temperature of about 475 degrees.
Is that
Our
all?
entire solar system isn't just sitting in one spot in our galaxy. It's hurtling through space at 220 kilometers per second.
Wait, so we right now, like all of us while we're watching this, bro, we're flying through space. Wow.
That's 7 times faster than the speed that Earth revolves around the sun.
Oh no, we are.
Our solar
okay.
system takes 230 million years to make one orbit around the Milky Way.
What?
Yeah, the last time we were in the same location we are now, Earth had one supercontinent and the dinosaurs were just starting to roam around. Planets do not orbit around the sun.
Sun orbits
All
the planet.
things in our solar system
Right.
are in balance, and even though the sun is the most massive object in our planetary neighborhood,
Right.
other planets are participating in this gravitational tug of war.
Oh.
Instead of orbiting the sun, planets and moons orbit around a central point between them and our star. This point is called the barycenter.
That looks like a donut.
And our star. This point is called the barycenter. For Earth, this barycenter is so close to the sun's core that there's not much of a difference, but for Jupiter, this point is about 55,000 kilometers away from the center of the sun. So the gas giant and the sun are orbiting each other. Earth appears round from space, but it's actually
It's flat!
an
I was trolling.
irregularly shaped ellipsoid.
Ah, just like me.
It bulges at the equator thanks to the centrifugal force
God.
caused by our
And
planet's
I bulge
spin.
at my waist.
As a result,
Holy frick,
Earth
I am the Earth.
is about 43 kilometers wider at the equator than it is at the poles.
Mood, bro. I'm a size 44.
This
I'm actually not. I'm 38, guys. Just relax. I do have a fat ass. Excuse me?
makes gravity at the bulge slightly weaker, making it easier to launch spaceships from the equatorial regions than from the
Oh,
poles.
so that's why, like, SpaceX is in Florida.
no one can hear you scream.
I'll test that theory.
That's only
Hey,
true
you put me out there, I guarantee someone's hearing me, bro.
to a point. Sound needs a medium to travel through, and in space, molecules are very far apart, so the sound fades away before it can get very far.
That is trippy.
All the cosmic catastrophes, supernovas, and colliding black holes go quiet before you can hear them. But some places in space have a lot.
Say colliding black holes. I know nothing, dude. I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. Thank you for watching my videos, guys.
Lot
Holy
of
frick.
particles for sound
I
to
don't know
travel
what I
through.
do. I know nothing.
Like the hot gas cloud around the black hole at the center of the Perseus galaxy cluster. It has so much gas that you can actually hear the black hole. This is what it sounds like.
That's what
You
the
know,
black
other
hole
planets
sounds
make
like?
noise too. If you could hear them, do you know what they would sound like?
Someone should add that to the planet spinning. It's like me yelling or like me talking about my fat ass or something. Dude, I love that I found this channel because I feel like I'm learning so much. I probably shouldn't upload this. I said I didn't know a sun was a star. You know what, dude? If this is up, drop a like.